Good morning, Indiana. It's outside today. We have cloudy skies. It's supposed to be in the mid to upper 60s today. That's good. And we have basketball here this weekend. Glorious day. I'm Tre Hawkins, and today is Tuesday, March the 7th. Got that date wrong. It's not the 7th, it's the 9th. It's March 9th, 2021. I'm Tre Hawkins. Welcome to a special edition of Deep Thoughts with Tre. I'm your host, Tre. We're going to do something a little different on this episode. Normally, I'm one who interviews people. We get to know them a lot, but this time it's a role reversal. I have Victoria here, and instead of me getting to know her, you viewers are actually going to get to know about me. So, incredible role reversal here. So, Victoria, you have the floor.
Everybody, my name is Victoria Carter. I am a freelance journalist, usually a writer. Today, I'm an on-camera interviewer, and I'm here to interview Tre about Deep Thoughts with Tre. So we don't have a ton of time, so let's get to it. You ready, Tre?
Yes, I am. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for having me. I want to know what inspired you to start doing these interviews.
What inspired me was it started late last year. I kind of wanted to interview one of my favorite WWE superstars, Alexa Bliss, but my dad inspired me. I mean, all throughout my life, he always encouraged me to interview people, and for some reason, I didn't do it. But late last year, I just decided to do it. It's kind of what I like to do. I interview people, get to know them, and it's kind of something that I really like to do.
Nice. Now, your father worked in media as well, correct? He had a TV show or a radio show or something?
He used to have a radio show called Backstage Pass. He's been working for Allison's Transmission for like 40 years now. So
cool. Do you think that like your dad being involved in media and having a radio show, do you think that inspired you at all to want to start interviewing people?
It had something to do with it, yes. It inspired me.
Cool. Nice. So my next question, I love that you are interviewing fellow participants at OTB. And I want to know, like, what do you think that you bring to the table as a peer interviewing them that somebody outside of the disability community would miss? Like, if I was doing those interviews, what do you think that I wouldn't get, that you get doing interviews with other participants?
Can you repeat the question?
Absolutely. When you're interviewing other OTB participants, what do you think that like you bring to the table as somebody who's part of the disability community that like somebody else who isn't wouldn't understand?
I think I bring a lot of things to the table. I mean, interviewing people is what I like to do. And all the people I do interview, they have a lot of talent and they're great people. And I really like to interview them.
What do you like about interviewing people like the participants at OTB as opposed to like when you interview somebody like Aaliyah Horges or your family friend who you just did the interview with? I can't remember her name right now. What's the difference between doing those interviews like for you?
For me, I guess it's not different. There are people. People are people, and some has great jobs, others have fantastic jobs, and I like interviewing people.
Yeah,
so nice people, great. And it's a talent that I really like to do.
Absolutely. What do you hope to do with these interviews going forward? Like, what's the next step for Tre?
The next tip for Tre, I don't know. Hopefully, I won't find out until it happens. I like doing this. I like riding this wave, and I hope to continue this for a long time.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, like, your kind of favorite conversation that one of these interviews has sparked has been so far?
My favorite conversations. You mean the topics?
Yeah, yeah. Just like the favorite conversation you found yourself having with someone during one of these interviews.
I recall late last year, I interviewed some facilitators about, what was their highlight and low light of 2020, because 2020 was a hard year for all of us. And
Yeah.
I also asked them what their New Year's resolution for this year. And
Mm-hmm.
my other favorite topic that I did was when I interviewed my friend Cheryl Jackson, who used to work for CNN. And my favorite was to get to know her a little bit. I know Cheryl Jackson. She's from Indiana, and she's a really nice person.
Yeah. So I've loved those questions. So now I'm going to ask you, what was your highlight and low light of 2020, Tre?
Well, my highlight of 2020 was, of course, this was during the pandemic, but my sister got married in 2020 in October. That was my highlight of 2020. Another highlight of 2020 was what I was like an extra in a film, and that was in January of 2020. I got to go to
Nice.
that premiere, and I didn't have a speaking part in that movie, and what was they cut me and my dad's scene out. So, that sucked, but it was an experience.
Yes.
The low light of 2020 was definitely the pandemic. I mean, it was
Yeah.
hard for me at first, but I got through it. I
Yeah.
had to wing it. We all had to wing it. So,
Absolutely. What are you most looking forward to about getting back in the building at OTB?
When do we don't know when we're going to go back in the building, but I'll tell you, once we do get back in the building, it's going to be a big party.
I know.
A lot of
What's
people
the
are going to be excited, and of course I'm going to be excited. I haven't been in the building since last March, so I'm dying to get back.
What's the first thing you're going to do? What's the first thing you're going to do when you get back?
I'm gonna go hug wild. Yes, I'm gonna hug everybody. Everybody misses the hugs, especially me, because I'm a hug person.
I bet you give great hugs, Tre.
I do, definitely.
Well, I think we're about out of time, so we've got to wrap it up. But thank you so much for letting me interview you. This has been a blast, and I hope you keep keeping on, man. This is amazing. I love what you're doing, and I love your energy. You're such a positive and you're just like a great person, and you're a great listener, and you ask such good questions, and you should absolutely keep doing this.
Thank you.